Hi, this is Gary Kay. We're here at InfoComm 2022, halfway through day 2. I'm here at the TD SYNNEX booth, and I grabbed Sandi Stambaugh, Senior Vice President of Product Management at TD SYNNEX. Sandi, how are you?
I'm doing well. I've already got InfoComm voice going on. So
she's speaking louder.
Perfect place.
Yeah. She came up to me and said, I'm not sure I'm going to get through this, but just speak a little loud in the microphone.
That's right.
All right. There were a lot of parties, but really it's not the parties. It's literally just exhaustion. And for me, it's just exhaustion. But you must be exhausted, but also happy with sort of how the merger kind of finished out and the position that you're in right now and sort of the benefits that it brought the integrator channel.
Yeah, for sure. So we're almost there, right? We're almost there from a fully integrated company perspective, but certainly lots of progress since the last time you and I spoke about it, and certainly since October when we had InfoComm before. But I think we talked then about the fact that we were really excited about global alignment with the Maverick, the value-added Maverick business that was in Europe, and we've made a lot of progress there on aligning around smart office and smart signage and services and support of customers and those types of things. So really excited about that. From an integration perspective, we're definitely maintaining that specialization for our AV integrators, right? So the value-added part of our business is absolutely actually bigger than it was even before. And so more resources, more specialized services around each of those categories. So within the the meeting room space, expanding around things like assessments and product
analytics. Analytics with products that put in systems and being able to analyze the data that's coming from those meeting rooms.
That's right, and even the kind of post-sale encouragement of adoption, right, and expansion of those rooms. There's so many, and actually hear so many conversations about how do we get past that 2-room stall, right? How do we get past that and encourage more adoption? And I think the complexity of this kind of weird. Are we returning to the office? Are we not returning to the office?
Yeah,
100%. We're seeing it ourselves, and we're like, oh yes, this is why we're needed. Yeah. This is why it's a great time to be an AV, right? So, because it's definitely so necessary, right? But so lots of additional investments, resources, and support in place for our integrators.
And during this time, interestingly enough, something came up that I thought was y'all handled really, really well, which was y'all have always had a service of supporting I guess cybersecurity, for lack of a better term, and now we have more things connected to the network than ever before. And we actually did a couple of podcasts with your team on sort of the service that you provide there. That's something that AV integrators really need to pay attention to, because we're starting to hang all these little devices, even USB cameras now that are connected to the network, off of in our clients' buildings and rooms. We're going to be ultimately responsible for that at some level. So that cybersecurity service, I can't remember the term that you use, is available to AV integrators as it is available for all of TD SYNNEX.
Yeah, so that, and it's what's really nice, and this is part of what I really love about being part of this company, is we have specialists around these segments. So it's not, Sandi trying to figure out how to position this with customers, or, even Tommy trying to help our customers sell it and navigate it, but we actually have a complete business unit specialized around this. They have, practice builder programs. They do pen testing. They do assessments, and
they'll do it for free. They'll actually come in and do like the first one for free as part of a service to help you.
Yeah, it's really interesting when we have partners that have used that service, and how much it's so eye-opening, the number of holes there are in the network that you wouldn't have expected, right?
Yeah.
So,
And the fact that you came from a heritage of IT really benefits from that side. What other kind of big services do you see on the horizon, or that you're offering right now that you didn't have, or maybe were sort of still working on prior to the pandemic or prior to the merger, that you see as valuable services that the AV community should consider, besides the the analytics and after sales support and the cybersecurity stuff?
Yeah, so one of the areas that I think is really important to our partners is the expansion of our government programs, right? So everything from identifying the funding, having those grant specialists and staff, helping with contracts, helping put together those bid processes and those types of things. We have a whole team, and actually a much larger team and a much more specialized team in place that can help with those things. The other area I would say that we've really seen an expansion is in those advanced solutions. So the IoT and AI and incorporating. It is 100%. So we're seeing use cases in every application right now, right? Where it's really making content sticky, the room a lot more a better experience, right? Much more interactive, and so yeah, absolutely. So we've got that. Yes, we are. So we've got a focused team on that space as well that can help our partners. We've got dedicated services there. I would go back to some of the support that we can give on some of those global projects. I'll tell you, this is day 2 here. I've been here 4 days, and having conversations with partners, and a big part of the conversation has been global. Almost in every meeting, global's come up, and while global execution of projects is challenging for our integrators, being able to at least align pricing and registration, and even helping to develop standards and those types of things. That's where
even supply chain.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are things that that we're really working toward for our partners, and doing a lot of fact finding. A lot of those services already exist, but we're trying to enhance and at least align across our businesses. So
yeah. You spoke earlier about the government team. One thing that I found interesting when I did the video cast with them is that they'll actually help your clients find money, because they're experts at where the money is. So like during the pandemic, there were a lot of stimulus bills that were passed. A lot of money, as they said, I think they said something like 40% of the money is never even collected because people don't even know it's even available. Yeah. And that's one of the things that you'll offer as a service as well.
Absolutely. I think that, and this is what I talk about a lot, is some of these investments that we've made in specialization and expertise, so that our partners don't have to. I mean, it's expensive, right? We have government attorney on staff. He has grant specialists. They're going out, and all they are have advanced degrees in this stuff. They know exactly where to go. They know where the bones are being.
Also, all people that worked in that department of the government too. Yeah, they have some experience with
that's exactly right. We have SMEs that have real hands-on experience, and so they're bringing that back for our partners and helping them to grow their businesses through that.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you one last question, because as we go through, I mean, you've had a great 2021, great 2022. As we go through towards the end of the year, usually you have some events that you do that you've done a partner event in Greenville and some regional events. Will those still exist through the end of the year, and how can we learn more about those?
They absolutely will. We actually had a big public sector event this week in Greenville where we were at InfoComm.
I saw someone post about it because they went to the BMW thing.
Yeah, exactly, BMW program this weekend. But so absolutely, we have several road shows that are happening this summer, and actually through the fall, and then we have our big premiere event, which is the first week of October in Greenville, our Inspire conference. And so that, speaking of this whole IT AV kind of crossover, that's the perfect event to go and learn more.
Yeah. And for them to find out more information, where would they go?
To visualsolve@synnex.com.
visualsolve@synnex.com email. You can find out more information there, and of course you can check them out online. And we're going to actually do a quick booth tour, and of course you can see all their partners in and around the show. You can type in SYNNEX on the video search window at raypubs.com. Just click on the InfoComm link. Thanks, Sandi. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.